Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Season 3 is now right around the corner, and today we got the first bit of official information from Call of Duty as a brand new teaser went out for what appears to be the end event, and it's happening in just a few days' time. And then on top of that, CharlieIntel recently reported on some new leaks and some new rumors regarding some upcoming potential Season 3 content, like some of the weapons and some Warzone changes and whatnot. And so today, you guys already know, we're breaking all of it down. As always, if you enjoy the video at any point, let me know by dropping a like on it. Goal for today is going to be 4,000 likes. Let's see if we can hit that. And of course, if you haven't already subscribed, this is the place to be for all things going on in Call of Duty. News, intel, updates, you name it, you'll find it all right here on the channel. So feel free to subscribe so you can always stay up to date. Now, first things first, today I got a brand new package from Activision that included a hard hat in it. It's got like the Verdansk Dam on it, and also like a biohazard or some kind of hazard warning sign on it. And also included in the package was a note that reads, "Once the hostiles reach here, we levy a guess that Verdansk is all but gone to the damned. April 21st, 12 p.m. So that was the first initial teaser that something is happening on the 21st at 12 p.m. Pacific time or 3 p.m. Eastern time. But then Call of Duty went a step further and tweeted out 4/21/21. The end is near. And there was also a Warzone video showing the Zombies Machine logo and then also the date of April 21st at 12 p.m. Pacific once more. So it looks like the end event that we've been speculating about and theorizing about for months now is finally coming up next Wednesday. It looks like this could be the time in which the zombies actually break out to various parts of the map and sort of start to overrun Verdansk as we know it. As we've talked about in the past, we've heard about all the Plague LTM rumors and leaks about how there's going to be multiple areas where the zombies are located. There's going to be ways to try and get rid of them from said locations. Overall, this should be pretty interesting. It looks to be the first in-game event we've had since the whole Know Your History event back with Cold War's initial reveal. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty excited for this. And of course, as it all unfolds and as any new information comes out regarding it, we're going to be covering it all right here. But that's not all for the upcoming few days. Obviously, like I said earlier, Season 3 is right around the corner. It looks to be dropping around the 22nd. And over the past few days, there's been a handful of new posts up on CharlieIntel regarding some rumored content for next season. Now, curiously enough, the leaks for Season 3 are a bit different compared to previous seasonal leaks. Usually, we have the majority of the leaks for Cold War, then just a few that are for Warzone or even for both games for the cross-title content. But this time around, the vast majority of the leaks are actually for Warzone or they are cross-title content, with really not all that much being known about Cold War exclusively. And of course, as always, I can't show anything on screen. I can still describe them though to a certain extent. And staying on the theme of these leaks being really strange, a lot of the weapon details that we have right now really aren't super specific. For instance, the first one we have is just some kind of new burst rifle. And the general consensus seems to be that this would possibly be the G11, which of course we had back in the original Black Ops game. Honestly, it was a pretty solid rifle from what I remember. I really wasn't that good at Black Ops. I played it way more casually than I do now, of course. But it seemed like a pretty fun gun to use back in the day, and according to the files, it looks like it might be returning. The next weapon we've got is some kind of sprayable SMG. That's literally what it's called apparently in the files. SMG spray is what it says, which obviously is very, very ambiguous. Doesn't really give us any specific details whatsoever, but I'd imagine this SMG is one of two things. It's either a very fast-firing SMG that's almost like the Scorpion Evo from BO2, which had that insane fire rate, or it's an SMG that has a larger magazine that doesn't really need to be reloaded a ton. Those options to me would fit that whole spray title, so that's what I get from that. But of course, that is just me guessing. I could be completely wrong. We also have the Ballistic Knife, it seems, and of course, this one is pretty obvious. We know the Ballistic Knife since it's been in several other Call of Duty games. I think at one point the Ballistic Knife was actually leaked for Modern Warfare since we had a whole finishing move based around it, but it's back again here in Cold War and it looks like it could be coming with Season 3. I'm not sure if they'd classify this one as a ranged weapon or a melee weapon since of course you can shoot it, but it's also a knife, so I'm not sure if we'd get this like at the start of the season where we usually get 2 ranged and 1 melee, or if this would be like a mid-season weapon. That of course is all still up in the air. We probably won't know about that for at least a few more days. But regardless, the Ballistic Knife does seem to be on deck as well. Another melee weapon that was also leaked is the baseball bat. I'm not sure what more needs to be said there. It's a bat that was initially planned for hitting baseballs that would now be lunging towards us at crazy ranges because the melee mechanic is just incredibly goofy. Now, the final 2 weapons that we learned about are kind of strange because to me at least, they sort of fall in line with the unreleased Modern Warfare weapons, but at the same time, the weapon leaks all throughout the years so far have been directly related to Cold War, so I'm not sure if they'd release the Modern Warfare weapons like this per se. But first up is a slow-firing LMG of some sorts, which definitely fits the RAL LMG as it stands. But if it's not, then it could just be like another LMG that we've seen before. To me, the M60 would seem like the closest match, but we already have an M60, so I'm not sure what route they'd take there. But then the other weapon is a fully auto pistol, apparently. And again, if this is in relation to the unreleased Modern Warfare weapons, this would then be the Psychop, since we know that's capable of having an 80-round mag, and also being fully automatic. But we have also seen other fully auto pistols in the past. The CZ75, for instance, back in Black Ops 1 was a pretty good pistol, so that's another option in my mind. But again, because these aren't really super specific leaks, it could sort of be anything at this point. Now, outside of the weapons, which of course are going to be available in Warzone and Cold War, there's also a handful of new Warzone exclusive leaks that have surfaced, including some info on some brand new game modes. Again, we don't get a ton of details here, but the first one is called Body Count apparently in the files. This could be really anything that has to do with getting more engagement opportunities in a match. Maybe it's something where getting a certain amount of kills grants you access to something special. Maybe someone with the most kills in the lobby is marked in a special way, like they're a king in a sense. Honestly, I've got no idea. This one is the tougher one to decipher, I'd say. BRZ is also listed there, and people are saying that this is in reference to zombies once again returning to the map. So maybe this is going to be like the Haunting of Verdansk event, which personally I thought had one of the best LTMs we've ever had, where players would die, they'd turn into zombies, and then as a zombie, if you got a kill on a normal player, you'd come back as a human. Very fun, very hectic mode. We could potentially be seeing something similar to that, especially since apparently the Haunting of Verdansk event was actually canon to the storyline somehow, which I would say is pretty wild. Then finally, we have something called Satellite Hunt, which presumably requires you to look for a satellite. Then you'll be able to interact with it in one way or another once you actually find it. Overall though, really nothing too crazy for the modes, at least as of right now. Then there's also a handful of other gameplay leaks as well. The first one here is probably the strangest one because it actually talks about how we may be seeing some kind of helmet/armor addition to add to our characters on top of just the base armor plates. These would actually allow headshots to deal less damage to you, depending on whether or not you had level 1 or level 2 or level 3 armor, or I should say level 1, level 2, or level 3 helmets. But what's interesting here is that we also had a very similar leak to this prior to Warzone launching, and that was actually scrapped. So this may just be those files sort of resurfacing. I really wouldn't be too focused on this one though, honestly, since it's kind of just up in the air. Now, there's also a leak for some kind of new, like Dune Rider vehicle. I have no idea what to call it, a Dune buggy maybe. It would essentially be similar to the vehicle that we see in Cold War on Satellite for like the whole promo image for that. Then the final gameplay leak that we have is apparently Rebirth Island, but at night. Curiously enough, we actually had Alcatraz at night back in Black Ops 4 for the whole blackout mode. So it would kind of be like a repeat scenario of that. Of course, we already had Verdansk at night with the whole Haunting of Verdansk event, so I'd imagine it would be very similar to that if it were to come to fruition, and we'd have Rebirth Island under the moonlight. You know, real romantic, at least until the rose skin starts to shotgun you, and you probably couldn't see that rose skin coming for you. But then we also have a couple leaks for Cold War exclusively. Overall, we don't really know too much here. There's a few remaster maps that have been going around as rumors. For instance, Firing Range and Jungle have been in the conversation for a little while now, but there's also really not any solid evidence for that. I believe we also have a map called Echelon 2. Again, though, it's sort of been in the background for a while now. We're not exactly sure what's going on there. The one leak that we do have pretty solid evidence of, though, is the Flamethrower, which actually may be coming as a brand new score streak since that was actually teased in an official Call of Duty screenshot a while back. Meaning it's probably coming to the game at some point soon. This was also leaked back prior to Cold War ever even launching as one of the additional score streaks. So yeah, there you have it. With all of that being said, those are the leaks and rumors that we currently have regarding Season 3 of Cold War and Warzone, and that's going to wrap things up for today. If you enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like on it. And of course, if you're new here and you want to stay up to date with everything going on in COD, from news to intel to updates to leaks and everything else in between, feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on. That way you'll always know whenever I upload a new video. As always, if you want to check out any of my partners, be sure to use code IMMORTAL for a discount on all Scuff, G Fuel, and Control Freak products. The links for all those can be found down in the description below. But once again, thanks so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.